talk about how does the environment, the universe around us speaks to us. And as Firdaus said, speak up. Monica is going to talk about how do you energy up. So she is a relationships expert. She's a counselor about life challenges and how you leverage the universe energy to do better, whatever you want to do. And also, it's not just doing better, but also being calm when you face with all kinds of challenges. I mean, uh, you have to come to a women's forum to see a smattering of kids as well as grown-ups, males as well as girls. So it's a fantastic forum. And so Monica is going to talk about how to use different parts of the environment around us, various events around us to connect to that energy level, positive energy, and to raise your own level. Over to Monica Makar.
Beautiful people, I'm glad to be a part of you today. Woman empowerment, the success, the yin energy, the Shakti, wow, amazing. Hats off to all you women who have recognized their power and chose the life you want to lead. You talk about time management, efficiency, confidence, skills, you have it all. I always tell my 14-year-old daughter that woman is compared to Mother Earth, the symbol of courage, strength, compassion, love, patience, all in one. But unfortunately, as you know, that the Mother Earth is being challenged and needs to be protected. So does the woman today. The stress, anxiety, depression, competition has gone so high that I feel somewhere the balance is lost. I keep on hearing about the challenges which woman has to face from the family, outside world, but I feel there is one more challenge which is even very difficult and dangerous, is that the conflict she has within herself, which she needs to prioritize, the self quality she needs to put herself first, is very important. Material wealth, I think, is a very important content that leads to a very comfortable journey. But there is more to success. Your good health, your creative freedom, then your fulfilling relationships, and most of all, your peace of mind. I think that plays a major role in making you comfortable with your own self. As a counselor, so many women come to me from different phases of life and from different fields, and they talk about some common issues, which are like some women who are very ambitious and they do not have a proper support system. They have young children, maybe in the age group of 9 months or 2 months, 2-year-old, and I keep on reading it on different forums also. The mothers keep on discussing how to step out of the house, whether they should work or they shouldn't work. Then there are women I meet, they have a lot of time in their hand. Their kids are grown up, and but now they do not know how to go ahead with their life because they are so much used to giving, and somewhere they have stopped the connection with themselves, that they don't know what they are interested in. So somewhere they are lost. And definitely there are women, working women, who have challenges and conflicts with their colleagues and the pressures from the bosses. So if considered the few factors, if you consider them, the priority can be made. Like if your work leads to your passion, then definitely nobody can stop you. If it fulfills your passion, if it nurtures your soul, then you must go ahead. Then I feel that if your contribution is needed in the family financially, and you yourself want to become financially independent, then you should not think about it. You must work. And for the homemakers who wish to follow, who needs to become working, they can become, they should start with working, but they should not identify it as creating their own identity. They should not run after that they are creating their own identity, because serving other souls and nurturing them, if you are a happy soul, that is an identity in itself. And the leisure time, if they have any, they can always use it for their self-growth, for contributing in the society. When I was young, one day we were having a discussion in the class, and the teacher asked me, "What do you want to become?" Very innocently, I said, "I want to become a homemaker and a good human being." And my friends laughed at me. That's not an ambition. And somewhere I knew that I don't have to wait another few years to do what I feel like, what makes me happy. Because I was already somewhere, I was doing that. I used to enjoy feeding the birds, watering the plants, then taking care of my grandmother, uh, and babysitting my nephews. And when I started driving, this is something I will never forget and is very close to my heart. I just need to give it. Yeah. Used to pick up all the old people from the colony and used to drop them to the temple. Then I used to look at the moon for hours and used to sing romantic numbers, and I felt that I need a companion. But now, at the age of 40, when everything is positive in my mind, I feel that this universe is my companion. I thoroughly enjoyed what I did, and I'm still enjoying everything. I have learned that when you look after the universe makes sure that you are being looked after and there are not much of struggles in your life. Then there are relationship issues, a relationship with your partner, your children, your in-laws, and so many friends, colleagues, so much of relationship issues with all of us. When I talk about relations, I read somewhere that you should know how to row the boat until and unless there is a hole in it. We need to accept the fact that we all are unique. We all have our own perceptions, our own opinions, and we meet like-minded people, unlike-minded people, but unfortunately, if those unlike-minded people are close to us, we need to understand that we need to develop more of understanding towards them and respect their opinions. Because we don't need a photocopy of our own selves. We need different people. Like in the garden, you have all the colors of flowers, not just one color. So that makes up for the variety of people, because they are working towards their own journey. Their souls are doing their own work. So we should not interfere and try and change other people. Now, I will share one example with you. One of my very close friends, she is a very hygiene conscious person, extremely hygiene conscious. So she always used to tell me, I don't like people who walk barefoot. So she always used to tell me that my husband is like that, and I keep on complaining, and he never listens to me. Then I told her, see, I am the same. It's not that I'm unhygienic or I'm lazy, but I still walk barefoot because there is some other perception which I hold, is that when I walk barefoot, I feel the energy of the earth entering in my body. I feel charged up. So that's the outlook I have. Definitely, when you go to bed, you need to wash your feet, but her constant nagging was creating a difference between, those two partners, which shouldn't be there. An issue, a small issue, which leads to, हम जब बात करना शुरू करते हैं तो पता नहीं कहाँ से कहाँ तक बात चली जाती है. Then there are more things about understanding. Like I'm an early person, morning person, and my husband is a night person. Initially complaining, everything happened and didn't work out. The solution did not come out. When I increased my understanding that that's the way of him, of enjoying his life, celebrating his life. He's a happy soul. And I too am a happy soul, and I enjoy my morning prayers and meditation. And if somebody tells me, don't do that, so I will be frustrated, I will be suffocated. And in the similar manner, if I stop him from doing something which he enjoys, that would be so unfair. So both the happy souls decided together to give this good amount of space to each other and make a happy environment in the house. So that is very important for us to understand. Then there could be more causes of stress, which we all now know, but little reminders are always important, Like, you should not try to please others. Please, please, please don't do that, ever. My dadi used to say, आप किसी को सोने का महल भी बना के दे दो, जिसने खुश नहीं रहना वो नहीं खुश रहेगा. आप जितना मर्जी उसके ऊपर टाइम, एनर्जी उस पर लगाओ, और आप किसी को एक छोटा सा मिठाई का डब्बा देंगे तो वो आपको पसंद करता है और वो खुश रहने की आदत रखता है, तो वो पता नहीं कितनी ब्लेसिंग्स आपको, कितनी एप्रिसिएशन देगा और हमेशा आपको खुशी से याद रखेगा। सिमिलरली जैसे हम कहते हैं ना कि किसी कैक्टस को आप पानी देते चले जाओ तो उसमें से कहीं भी फूल नहीं उगेगा, कैक्टस तो कैक्टस ही रहेगा। So it's better stop wasting your time on the people and on the negative people who do not give you positive vibes. And as a woman, we are very easily able to pick up the vibes. As they say that we cannot change people, so we cannot lay carpet everywhere. So it's better to wear shoes on your own feet. I took out a very weird solution to this problem. You might laugh at it. One day, there was a lady who used to constantly nag me and she used to find all the flaws in me as if, so suddenly she was complaining about something and out of the blue, somewhere I started singing. And trust me, I cannot forget the look on her face. She was thinking, has she gone insane? And I was also feeling the same, have I gone insane? But trust me, after that, she never complained. I totally got free from that complaint box. So that singing insanely helped me. And I took it as a method, a technique you can say, that every time I'm being troubled by anyone or negativity around, I use music as a mantra. I start singing. I torture my husband also like that. If I'm angry at him, I start singing. And he's like, okay, I'll do this, please don't sing. Because I'm very bad at singing. Now, we know that there are well-wishers who will take out the flaws, who will tell us our shortcomings. These are the constructive criticisms we need to follow and we need to listen to. But there are people who will always let you down, who will demotivate you, who will never like you stepping out of the house or growing, see you growing. This kind of destructive criticism need to be avoided at any cost. You need to learn to say no, avoid the company of such people. Now, everyone knows the problem. What could be the solution? As one solution which solves all the inner conflicts, all the problems. And if I tell you, forgive the one who have hurt you, let go all the negative experiences you had, and stay calm, stop complaining, nagging, cribbing, blaming anyone, then you will probably say it's not easy. Because when you're frustrated, when life is not supporting you, then you tend to develop these kind of negative feelings. It's not easy, but it can be learned. It can be practiced if you're determined to do that. If you're willing and eager to come out of all these negative experiences, definitely, it is like any other art. You can learn, practice, and apply it on yourself and use beautifully to come out of it and make the best of it. Now the question arises, how do we do that? Now here I will talk about the two minds we have, the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. We all need to be aware of these two minds playing a major role in our life. Knowledge of the interaction between these two minds can actually transform anybody's life, the whole life. In order to change the undesired external conditions, we try to change the condition, we try to change the circumstances, but nobody tries to change the cause. We need to go to the cause to solve the problem. And the cause is the way we are using our conscious mind. And our conscious mind is the slave to subconscious mind. Whatever we tell is fed in the subconscious, it is delivered in the universe, it becomes our experiences. Please listen to this carefully and try to understand. जो हमारा conscious mind है, that means whatever we are thinking, जो भी हम सोच ले रहे हैं, अपने दिमाग से सोच रहे हैं, वो हमारे subconscious mind में belief बन के बैठ जाता है. And whatever belief system we have, वो हमारे experiences जो life में हम जो भी face करते हैं, वो सामने बन के आता है. चाहे वो आप अपने लिए बुरा सोचें, fear से सोचें, worries करें और या बहुत अच्छा सोचें, तो it doesn't know because it is a slave. उसको वैसे ही करना है जैसे आप सोच रहे हैं अपनी लाइफ के बारे में, वो वैसे ही आपकी लाइफ को प्रेजेंट करेगा. So whatever we are thinking, we have to be very, very careful with our thoughts. I often hear that why bad things happen to good people. You must be hearing it a lot. God did this to me, God this did to me, I did not deserve this. I keep on hearing this all the time. Unknowingly, the people who go through bad experiences create mental blockages in their mind, which stops the flow of all goodness. These negative emotions, the fear factor, the anxiety, unnecessary worrying, because the things which are not under your control, it doesn't make a difference whether you think about it or you don't think about it. Some things needs to be controlled by God. So these things, negative emotions, block your emotions that goodness doesn't flow into your life. Then there are people who talk about law of karma and destiny. I firmly believe in that. Once I heard a Guruji saying that अगर आपका कपड़ा मैला हो जाता है और आप उसको बार बार धोते हैं तो वो धीरे धीरे करके साफ होता चलता है, निखर जाता है. उसी तरीके से जो हमारे डीड्स हैं, बैड कार्मिक डीड्स हैं, उनको भी आप मेडिटेशन से, प्रेयर से, यू कैन कम आउट ऑफ इट, यू कैन क्रिएट अ बेटर लाइफ. और अगर मिटते नहीं तो कम से कम उनको आपको सहने की शक्ति ज़रूर आ जाती है. Now again, meditation is a challenge for many. When I tell people to meditate, they say, हमारे तो बस की नहीं है. We cannot sit, we cannot focus our mind. As Monica said कि focus time भी नहीं है और focus, it is just a shift of your mind from negative thinking to positive thinking. इसमें कोई बहुत ज़्यादा time spend करने का या like you're just charging your phone. It is like that. It serves like charging your phone, it does to your body. Once your phone is charged, you feel comfortable and confident going out of the house. The same way, if you meditate for a few minutes in the morning, then you're prepared. You can work tirelessly and energetically the whole day. Now, I usually tell my clients a 5-minute meditation technique, which is very, very useful and convenient. Firstly, that you can actually relax your body. Focus on relaxing each and every muscle. You will realize the uncomfort, wherever you're feeling uncomfortable, that part needs to be healed. And you can actually, when you're aware of your body, you can do something about it. So without going to the doctor, you can realize where something is going wrong. Then the second thing, which I start and use the entire day, and the whole life, I think, which I initially am doing that, even before becoming a life coach or something, that is living in gratitude. From morning till night, every breath says gratitude. Pick up the attitude of gratitude. From drinking a cup of coffee, like here we got a cup of coffee, that was like awesome. Standing at the stage, speaking to you, awesome. It's a blessing meeting you, lovely people. Everything you do, you feel, do it with the act of gratitude, because God has given so much. God has given so much to everyone. So we need to be thankful. Even my kids, they have picked up one-liner. So all day we sing whenever we are exchanging words or something. Tera shukr kara mere saiya, tera shukr kara. This is something which we cannot stay without. Only for bhajans. Then third thing which we say is like creative visualization. In this, we need to focus our mind totally on creating the kind of life we need to live. जैसा हम चाहते हैं अपनी ज़िंदगी को देखना, जैसे हम टीवी देखते हैं सुबह उठ के, उसी तरीके से आप अपनी लाइफ को टीवी पे देखिए. You just have to think and imagine all the good things, all the good pictures, however you want to lead. Maybe if you don't have a partner, then looking for that you are spending time, quality time with a partner. This is how we attract things. This is how the law of attraction works. Thinking, feeling, and then materializing it, bringing it into your life. Busy your mind with all kinds of good thoughts of peace, thoughts of health, thoughts of goodwill, and see, wonders are going to happen in your life. Then I ask them to seek the blessings of their ancestors, which is very, very important, because I have personally experienced it also. When my grandmother passed away, she used to visit me very frequently in my dreams, and I always saw her like an angel, ready to help me and push me in the right direction and keep guiding me. So till date, when I lose my keys, I have the habit of keeping my keys and here and there, and which everyone is very annoyed with me for that reason. So in a span of time, I recall her, I say, Amma, maine chabi kahan rakh di? Within minutes, I get an idea in my mind. Check out this place, check out that place, and I'm able to find it. So this way it has really helped me, and I'm sure we all have our guardian angels who needs to be called, who are waiting for us to contact them in living a better life. In the end, I tell them to wrap themselves in the universal light, universal energy, the light of peace. I feel there is a gold mine within all of us, from which you can extract everything good you need to live a life abundantly and joyfully. The world can only change from within. Once it happens here, you will see that all the external conditions change. They do change. So try these methods. I'm sure they are going to benefit you. And stay blessed and happy. All the best.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to India's first corporate news channel. We invite interviews, articles, press releases from your organization. Visit our portal www.indianconventions.com. Thank you.